Hey, what is up guys, Shadow Steel here, and welcome back to Railworks Sundays. I was originally going to submit this on Friday, but as I'm recording, it is actually Friday afternoon. Move this out of the way. Jesus. But, yep, we are continuing our remaster journey with the old Episode 4, original Episode 4, which is now Episode 3. Ever since I decided to remaster the two Halloween specials into one video, I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be confused because the original episodes 2 and 3 were split into two parts for the Halloween special. And yeah, this is now going to become a very big confusing mess. Not only that, but I have some big news later on at the end of this video, and I want you guys to stay tuned for that. So there's that, and it's very, very important in regards to the entire Railworks Sunday series. So other than that, there's not much going on. I've gotten a few new routes and a handful of new content, but other than that, there's not much going on. I do plan to finish up these remasters as soon as possible, especially when it comes to getting close to Christmas, because I have a Christmas special planned for both. I have the Christmas special planned for various. Like I have the remaster Christmas plan that I have to deal with, and then the original Christmas special that I will be doing later on as well. Alright, good afternoon, engineer. The Big Blow is back on the rails, and you are continuing an intermodal freight run being hauled to Cheyenne. Continue when ready, and remember, safety is your personal responsibility. Headlight. So, a few switches before we leave, or well, that point. There we go. That's right. Where the hell's the switch for the headlight? There we go. Yeah, Big Blow. Go up to full speed, and off we go. Got a unit train behind. Oh wait, no, it's not a unit train. So they say it's an intermodal train, but every time I think of an intermodal train, I think of container cars. Well cars, I guess they're called. This is not intermodal. This is a manifest. Very annoying. Dovetail, please get your shit together. I've been hearing a lot of complaints about another one of Dovetail games, Flight Sim World. They're already releasing KDLC for the game that's in early access, and that's a big problem, considering that another game, Arc, did the same thing and it got hugely downvoted because of it. Now, I haven't seen that with Flight Sim World. I think, if I look it up right here, I think the actual, rating is mixed currently. It doesn't appear that people are hating it. There's workshop support already, which is much better than what was going on with, Train Sim World, which Train Sim World still has no workshop support and no way to mod the damn thing. So it's very annoying. Yeah, right now it's showing a mixed Flight Sim World. And that's basically because probably the new DLC that was released, people are I guess the new DLC, that the P40, is actually something they have, well, seen interest in, to say the least. I know I'm probably going to buy the P40 for Flight Sim World as soon as I get the money. But as right now, it's not much. this time I gotta run this turbine as hard as I can. I've actually run this scenario quite a few times already, trying to get at least a decent score, but so far it's been difficult. That's really weird. Just looking through my wish list, there's like a handful of things that are on sale. And the things that are on sale are like things that I don't have much care for right now. Except for one, which is Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. That game I'm actually interested in buying, but its sale price is actually coming at a bad time for me because I need to get a new PC to run the damn thing. In fact, that's one of the big things about, like, eventually Railworks Sundays will probably go on hiatus for a little bit while I get like a new PC going. Right now, my current PC is like 2.5 years old. Yeah, 2.5 years, 3 years old. And my graphics card, if you remember right, that was one of the reasons why later episodes of Railworks Sundays were getting much more detailed and whatnot. Because they were capable of running at a much better rate and stuff. Oh, God. There goes a frame drop. I need to get you up to speed. One particular problem I have with this scenario is that I don't know how to run turbines with dynamics. You're supposed to use both the dynamics and the throttle, and the reverse, and the brakes, the air brakes, but I've never been able to do that successfully. It's either the brakes kick on all the way, stopping the train to a standstill, or the dynamics don't work at all. And just like something like that. It's very annoying. I am moving the camera so much, I'm sure you guys are getting motion sickness. Just leave it alone. Too bad. Keep a close eye on everything here. 40-mile-an-hour limit coming up. We haven't even approached 40. We're getting close to 30 though. This is going to be difficult for me. Whew. Okay. Whew. And that was a strong cup. And we're coming up to the top of Sherman Hill. This is where things are going to get tricky. See the little sign up there. Now, this is actually very interesting about this particular point. This is actually where I took the title card screenshot, and actually I still have it on my PC. But yeah, this is actually very interesting. Sherman, elevation 8,015 feet. Highest point on the Transcontinental Railroad. I wouldn't doubt that, to say the least, but it doesn't look like it should be that high. I mean, it looks like flat plains all around. Now, I've never lived in Cheyenne, but I know it's like Cheyenne and... I know that Cheyenne and Denver are really fairly close to one another. In fact, that's why Union Pacific 844 and the E units travel to Denver, are so regularly seen at Cheyenne, Denver's, over in Denver during Cheyenne Frontier Days, because that's pretty much their quickest route. Yeah, we're going downhill now. Oh, well, that's interesting. I think I've passed a couple crossings, but I don't know. I haven't modded the horn yet on this locomotive. I had to reinstall Railworks quite a few times due to just the various issues I've been having with this game over the years. And recently, somebody else seemed to have a similar issue to what I ended up having, which was these famous block text. I later learned that it was a graphical error, not with my graphics card, but with the main. I think a combination of my graphics card and my main game. So the main game was actually glitching out to some extent, while the the main game glitched out during, like, the installation for the graphics driver at the time glitched out at one point, and eventually those drivers messed up Railworks. And even though validating didn't help, only a handful of people were affected by this weird glitch. And I called it the text box glitch because the letters were all boxes, like just squares, and I still have the screenshot on my PC. It's just one of those things that honestly was very annoying, to say the least. Now this is where things get very tricky, because I can't seem to get her to run properly down the hill. And we've passed the crossing over there. Alright, I'm going to release. Brakes again. Actually, there we go. 70% should work. Whoop. The gradient's still going up a little bit. What we're going to be doing here is splitting this video up into 3 different segments of 20 minutes each, about, to say the least. I'm trying, at least, to keep this to the point where I can actually run this area decently. Go. Okay, with that out of the way, I can actually go ahead and speed up. Supposed to be over there by 12:16. As of right now, I am expected to be there 2 minutes ahead of schedule. That's not bad at all. Still on a 0.8% grade, but I believe once I hit Budford, Maine, it actually starts going down heavier to 1% grade. And that's where things get tricky for me, because I know for a fact that this locomotive has a tendency, for some strange reason, the dynamics on a 1% grade on this kind of weather doesn't seem to help too much, to say the least. I've tried my best to keep it running at a decent speed, but it just doesn't want to cooperate. As every time I have the dynamics on, I have to have them on full, to some extent, and from there I actually have to at least try to have the air brakes pop in and out, and unfortunately I can't keep her slow enough to leave the dynamics on, or leave the brakes off long enough for them to recharge. And I've actually had a runaway incident with this locomotive at one point. So I have no idea how to fix, how to work the dynamics too well, but good. Oh, that's a catlight. Okay. But I have no idea what I'm supposed to do there. Passing the 55 now. I think when I reach the Budford, Maine, that's when I actually will reach the 20-minute mark. At least within the recording. A signal coming up. I believe it's a clear. I have to double check the map. Train inbound. ES 44. Departure 1%. We got it clear. ES 44. The map seems to be working fine now. Seems to be an auto rack, at least. Yeah, we'll definitely be able to pass 55 before I reach 40. So we're approaching it at 15. So we're starting to increase our time. But then again, that's to be expected. We're running through sections of track that should be 55, but we're still kind of below that speed, speedometer-wise. I think the time adjusts depending on the speed limit we got. So, like, if you're expected to be there at a certain time, the time will adjust for the speed limit. I'm going to go ahead and... Whoops, I have the element still on. Okay. That's what's going on. I'm off, actually. See how that helps. Here comes Budford. We got a signal up. We got a signal indication up ahead. Coming up, or well, we're at 55, so approaching 55 miles an hour. Looks to be a clear, just not bad. Orange guinea pigs are weird. Let's see if I can get some speed back. Alright, checking the signal. We are clear. We are clear ahead. Try and see if I can get the speed back up to a decent rate. We're still on our 0.8%. That's good, to say the least. There we go. Passing through Budford now. Good. Alright, okay. This is where things get tricky. Because I know for a fact that we're approaching the 1% section of the grade. So we've got to be very careful. I'm going to start applying dynamics again. Oops. Well, 70% should be fine. At least to start off with. I don't want to have it on too high yet. Whistle post up ahead. Speed slowing down just enough. Lower it down a little bit. Well, there we go. We're doing fine now. Oh shit. There we go. Let's shut that off. So, 25. That is... Where's that at exactly? Here. Okay. I think we're starting to pass through certain freights way ahead of schedule. This guy is supposed to leave at a certain time. I don't remember when it was. Okay, now we're at the 1.3% grade. Now we need to start applying brakes. Laps will be fine. Should be able to apply throttle just a little bit. There we go. There we go. But then again, I might be speeding up. No, I'm actually keeping my train at a decent speed. Oh wait. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. There goes the speedometer. I knew I was not slowing down. I knew I was just not slowing down enough. Okay. This is the thing. I need to be very careful about my speed. This is one of those scenarios that obviously comes at a very difficult time. It's very difficult, to say the least, to keep your speed up. And try your hardest to actually keep this running. Now, clear block ahead. Good. And we're still slowing down. There we go. Well, 1.5% grade. Our brakes are slightly on. 155 miles an hour. I'm gonna try and slow the frickin' thing down. Okay, turn it off. Oop, damn it. Oh, I see. So having the throttle on just enough to actually activate the... Hey? Okay, yeah. Turn the throttle just a little bit might be enough to trigger speeding up, which is good, to say the least. Just a little more. So we're on a 1%. That's what's going on. I thought it was on a 1.5%. I was still on a 1. I was on a 1%. So we've actually shallowed out. That's what's going on. That's why I'm slowing down more. All right. What I'm going to do is stop the video here, and from here I'm going to show off a little bit of a segment of the original scenario. This is what I was having trouble with originally in the original scenario, and that was basically the whole trying to run the train down grade without slowing down so much that I would basically come to a standstill on the grade. So with that, I will go ahead and stop this particular segment here. I cannot slow it down for some reason. The dynamic brakes are on, I just can't seem to slow it down. Well, that was weird. It went pretty fast, and then it started slowing down a bit. Naturally, if this doesn't keep up, I'm going to have to apply some of the air brakes a little bit. Slow down the train manually. Yep, fuck. Looks like we actually might have to increase our air brakes. Oh boy. Of course, if we apply our air brakes, the dynamic brake shuts down immediately. Which is true in real life. Air brakes just... dynamic brakes start to shut down a bit, but what is going on with the speed? It's slowly increasing. The dynamic brakes might activate and might start to slow the train down a bit. But if not, I'm going to apply the air brakes, get down to a very low speed, then disengage the air brakes, and then start applying. And kind of wait for the dynamic brakes to start applying again. Alright. Oh, whew. Okay, we're back. And we're gonna try and get through this pretty quickly. Anyways, we got we got a few more destinations to reach. I'm trying to get this on time, but it might be difficult to do that depending on the gradient. Oh, jeez. We're now on a 1.5% grade. That's good. So it looks like we're speeding up slowly rather than fast. So my actual brake position might actually be decent. Yep. Signal clear. Back. Doing fine. I actually need to be careful. I know there's a 40 limit and a 45 coming. Oh, geez, I'm not really speeding up quite here right now. Try and lower the throttle to the point where I can see him braking. There's a slowdown there. Nope, maybe not. Nope. Come on, come on. Oh, there's a 40. I need to actually pull the throttle off at all times. Entirely now. 45. Let's try this. I don't want to use the dynamics too much. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. Woo! Alright then. Oh, fuck. Damn it. Ah, fuck. Jesus. That was terrifying. Yes, I'm probably aware that I'm not supposed to go into reverse before actually doing that, but hey. Whew. Doing fine. Got a clear block up ahead. Felt the train bouncing around there. A little ahead of schedule, to say the least. I'm going to double check the audio. Still seems a bit loud, at least on my end. Didn't seem to be too. Oh dear God, the frame rate there. Jesus. Approaching our waypoint in about a mile. Okay, that seems fine. Okay. Alright, we're reaching our speed that we have to cut off. A 1.5% grade still. Throttle just a tad more. Until the entire train passes the 55 mile an hour limit, I am not going to apply throttle again. Passing through granite now. I'm also going to double check the waypoint here because this train seems to take priority as soon as I pass it. So, there I am. Looks like we'll have to stop at the signal just before that switch. Clear. 70M. Crew timeliness bonus. There we go. This is where things are going to get tricky. because that other train, I believe, has a set time it has to leave, but because I'm moving so quickly, it's actually going to cause my train to derail. So that is going to be a problem. I am expected to be there at 43, and I'm already expected to be there at 37. Okay, I can actually speed up again. Okay, come on, there we go. Trying to get our locomotive sped up again. There we go. Just a little bit. There we go. Takes a while for the engine to speed up, at least. Wish there was a mode to increase the smoke. Okay, crossing up ahead. I wonder if that train is past the signal, which is why it suddenly was trying to move onto my line and ends up causing my train to fling off to the wrong track. Because that's what happened originally, and I'll talk about that in the next segment. But what happened with the original video is that my train suddenly derailed. And I had no idea why. Initially, I thought it was because I was braking on and off throughout the entire run, to the point where it literally caused my train to fling right off the tracks on the back end. But now I'm starting to learn that that train, the SC40 that's situated there on that switch, which, by the way, was already approaching the switch by the time I got there. It stopped just abruptly from like that. He actually probably had the switch flung towards his position, and what ended up happening was that one of my cars started drifting onto the other line, hitting him directly, as well as derailing my entire train. And this is not unheard of. We've seen this kind of incident before. The Yeshetta road bridge derailment. The Yeshetta derailment was a similar situation where the train actually traveled down two different lines when it crashed and hit the road bridge over there. Texas State Railroad has had a similar incident where where one of the trains, as it was passing through a switch, the last car just suddenly transferred onto the wrong track, hitting the steam locomotive that was situated on the line. The locomotive that was pulling it was an old RS unit, but when it was pulling, like, these cars are pretty old. These are like 1920s, 1930s cars that were essentially being used on that route, on that line. Keep our speed low. Fuck. I'm gonna lose points. Fuck me. Yep, speeding. 6 points Fox. Not too bad. It's 6 points. I don't know what the maximum points I need to earn on this run is. I want to double check the earned points for each scenario. I think the easy ones you have to have 750, but I think it's on these you have to have at least 950 or something like that. I don't know what it was. Oh, I'm slowing down pretty significantly now. Whoop, hello. There's the braking again. I'm trying to figure out where my position is on the throttle. Keep it running. Gotta keep an eye on the signal up ahead. We got a signal indication up ahead. No idea what it is, though. We're going too fast on this grade. It's a 1.5% grade. I also can't see the signal because of the damn rain. Gotta clear up ahead. Clear block ahead. 5.5 0.81 miles to go. Alright, kind of approaching the time I need to be there. So I'm going to double check the map again. I'm trying to see it. Oh, that's the SD7. Okay. Check the map again. It starts moving. I don't even know if there's a signal indication there because I'll say the damn map's not showing me any signals on the track. Ouch. Oh, passing through. Just passing through. Okay, good. They have both turbine and speed unit labeled as 18, which is good because I've noticed that on quick drive scenarios, the turbine's B unit is always numbered something different from the lead locomotive, and like the tender's like completely different. Okay, check that down. We're already slightly ahead of schedule. Another thing I'm probably going to do about as soon as I start getting close, I'm going to save the scenario. That way, if I do end up derailing, I can quickly load and get back in. Actually, considering the amount of time I'm probably going to need to stop with this braking setting, I probably should go ahead and save now. I've got a signal indication up ahead. Looks to be a clear. I'm going to save. There we go. Save. Go ahead and close. Woo! Okay, that's a clear signal indication. This one's also got a green block ahead. It might be just signaling. Alright, I'm going to be very careful here. Because we're getting a green block, but we're also very close to this particular segment, which I know for a fact this line will suddenly start switching as soon as this guy leaves. And I don't know if there's any proper waypoint, like signals over in that area that will keep them from moving into my line. So that's a definite tricky situation there. Alright. Tricky situations. I'm going to keep everything in line here. Oh, God damn it. Oh, there it goes. Up, up. Damn it. I saw it jump up to 45.8 and I like freaked out and started dropping the throttle like crazy. 55 coming up right up here. Just trying to... I'm like freaking out. I'm like panicking just a little bit. Approaching it pretty quickly. I'm going to save again because I know that it's going to take me a while to stop if that train starts moving. We're slowly increasing speed too. He's not moving yet, but I think I'll soon be into a signal block, which will cause him to force himself to stay at his signal position, but I'm not sure. That's one thing I am concerned about. This is a very particular, well, difficult run, to say the least. The brakes maintain a slight nudge there. This is going to be tricky as hell. Okay, here's the signal indication up ahead. It looks to be... I believe it's clear. Again. It's a clear block. I believe this will cause me to nearly get into his line. The problem is that I know that there's another signal at least just before that switch. Because I've actually approached it when he was crossing through. So... oh, fuck me. All the fucking times I start speeding again. Well, at least I saved beforehand. I'll still get the points if I can still do it. There we go. Alright, I need to be extremely careful what we're going to do next. Because I know that we're probably going to start approaching that particular segment of track, and if he starts crossing over right as we start moving, he is going to end up derailing my train just because he's trying to get through. Now, the only way I could probably fix that directly because of the timing of this run is that I would have to go into a editing software program, delete his train, which, let's face it, that's kind of cheating there, and trying to get through the run safely. But as of right now, he doesn't seem to be moving. I can see him just up ahead, or he's going to be just up ahead. I don't see him moving yet, though. He's probably going to be moving soon. He'll probably be going through my signal indication soon. Or I'll be going through his signal indication soon. There we go. This is very problematic. It's like a race against the clock right now. It's like I'm trying to race. It's like unstoppable. I need to get through that signal before he gets through. And it's just like one of those things like, gotta go. It's funny really too, because after this segment, it's gonna be the event, like 20 minutes. It's gonna be 20 minutes in. And I'm trying to get full points here, or at least enough points to actually get a whole segment done. Okay, that's our signal indication right there. We got a clear just up ahead. He's got a signal just over there too. So if I pass through now, he should be getting a red. Now here's the thing: if he passes that red, that actually causes me to get a game over. Which, let's face it, that's going to be a difficult thing to do. Okay, so passing through, I am going to be double checking. Okay, I've got to double check the map every so often. Should be over there. Okay, we got a timeliness bonus though. Where is he? Oh, there he is, down there. Might be able to pass through the signal without causing him to fly forward. I'm gonna go way to the back here real quick, because I want to make sure I get through the signal indication without incident. Also not speeding up too much. I need to increase throttle just a tad. I like how there's no TTX symbol on these cars. I don't even think there's no UP on the cars as well. All right, we passed through without incident. Nice. Great, that's great. Nice. I was a little worried we were gonna get really stuck there. And we were gonna derail. Nice. That's wonderful. That had me panicking the entire time. I gotta try and get the train up to 55 miles an hour. Looks like we're doing just that. Now, I'm pretty sure this is not exactly how you're running. You're supposed to run the turbine down the hill. I mean, we got dynamics, but we're not using it at all. We're using air brakes and throttle. That's what we're doing. We're basically destroying the brakes as we go downhill. Oh, there we go. I'm going to lower the throttle just a tad. I'm going to go down until I can see the speed go down. Oh, there you go. Oh, nope. Speed up. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Lower it down a little more. There we go. A signal indication coming up. And I guess once I pass that signal indication, I'm going to go ahead and stop this particular segment here again. And what I'm going to do for this particular segment is that I'm going to actually talk about what ended up happening on that particular run, where my train literally it did derail, no doubt about that. But it was such a weird occurrence because I didn't know what happened at the time. But I believe what happened was that at the time I believe that what happened was I was actually applying and removing brakes so drastically that I was causing my train to bounce around so much that when I applied the brakes, the time I started going downhill, passing that switch, I actually I hit a couple cars between each other, and caused them to jump off the tracks. Now, I believe what ended up happening is that when my train started going over that switch, and I applied brakes just at that exact same moment, the SD40 that was sitting there actually started moving, causing the switch to flip. So, oh, I did pass the signal indication. Yep, talking too much. All right. Let's get to that pilot, shall we? Oh, there it is, right there. Once again, it looks like we're going to have to apply our air brakes a little bit to kind of bleed off some speed. But this time the brakes should have enough time to recharge. Oh, it's in the siding there. Or the board cutoff, that's what that is. Destination? 4.5 miles away from us. We're not that bad off. Train over there. Maybe a long one too. Ooh, what the fuck? The fuck happened? What the fuck? Due player... Huh? Okay. I guess this is a good time to end it. Man, I just never get any luck there. Alright, like and comment down below. Subscribe if you want more. And I'll see you guys later. Well, fuck. Alright, guys. Well, I mean, I pretty much passed through that situation no problem. But now we do have a problem. I'm slowing down too much. I can't release the brakes too much because we're on a 1% grade. I know there's going to be a 1.5% grade just before Cheyenne. This is like a one particular small segment that does cause problems for me, at least to some extent. So we're now passing our next waypoint, and this is where we now have to go through Cheyenne Yard, which means I now have to go through the signal indicator, the switches, over here. So the switches are lined up for my approach, but I need to go through Yard 6 North, which is there. Should go in through no problem now. Okay, whistle post up ahead. Okay. This is just one of those moments, isn't it? Okay. Trying to stretch here and get my legs feeling like my arms feel back in my I can't talk. We're stuck at 45. We're slowing down too much. But then again, we're expected to be in Cheyenne way too early. Clear block up ahead. There's also a yellow block over there, so I'm assuming there's a train up ahead. At 2.3 miles to... Actually, we're going to approach that way quickly. What? Much more? Okay, we're actually approaching Cheyenne right now. That's the bridge just before Cheyenne. We got the lines over here. Yeah, holy crap. Wow, okay. I might have done this really weirdly. Yeah, Cheyenne's right over here. Which means I need to actively start slowing down significantly. I'm going to turn off the throttle entirely, because I believe this is a 20-mile-an-hour limit here. That's a lunar signal there. So that lunar signal, I believe, means 20 miles an hour. So I might want to start applying full brakes now. Also, the dynamics might help too. I'm already approaching the 40-mile-an-hour limit there. Hello. See, my ES44 friend is just sitting there, waiting to move. I got several yellows there. Several lunars. Lunar. The hell? What is that? Is that my train or another train? What the fuck is that? I think there's two trains. The hell? Okay. Might need to apply more brake. It's going to be a 20-mile-an-hour limit. And is it? Hello. Okay, it's still 40. Okay. I do know the next one's 20. Still 20. Releasing, still reversing just a little bit. Next signal is a 20, but it goes to 35. Is that for the right direction there? I am going through there. Slowing down a little bit more. Come on, you can do it, Here's the 20 and a 15. Holy crap. We're actually kind of leveling out now, so there's not much need to slow down. Red block? No, I got it. Oh, shit. Got 20. kind of tricky. The only reason I've decided to turn off the air brakes and start moving only via the throttle, basically kind of it's a little trick I learned with the 440 that Smokebox developed. He didn't actually develop it with air brakes. So one of the things that you use to actually slow your train down is the throttle, setting it in reverse. And I'm pretty sure that trick is still used to some extent today. I'm not entirely sure. I'm also going to go ahead and slow down significantly enough to kind of, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and double check the switching line up. We're good. Clear. We also should be leveling off very shortly, so I won't need to use the throttle too much anymore. We're also still ahead of schedule, so I don't need to worry too much about speed either. Huh. So we've done this in about 50 minutes. Not bad. Not bad at all. We're expecting us way earlier than we should. Right, slow down a little more. Passing through the junction now. 50-mile-an-hour limit here. Interesting. Oh, okay. We haven't passed through the waypoint yet. Holy crap, that's a 1.1? So that clock starts sounding the bell. Leaving. Good. Now. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we might get that gold ranking, I think. I don't know. I think it's 950 for that. I'm not sure, probably. Just tap. We're clear. Starting to level out now. This is where things like yard movements are just as tricky as going through certain things. Just as tricky as going through everything else. Real 5 is still way ahead of schedule though. Oh good gosh. Holy mother of hell. Slowly go through the junctions. Each signal just in case. Should be ahead. It should be clear to go ahead. Speed up a little bit, but then again, we're leveling out soon. Tab it just a little bit. There we go. Fine there. Check the track point. Northeast. Yeah, we're still going through that area, so we should be fine. This damn generic bell has been a stickling point with every model I have. Okay, well, I mean, we're doing nicely. Not bad at all. There's our waypoint there. I want to try and get the whole train in the yard before I stop. But I don't think I need to do that to so much anyway. My skin's cracking off. Going to that 0.3% grade. everything's in the perfect position, right? Speed seems to be doing fine. Still ahead of schedule, though. Oh, jeez. Got some equipment sitting there. Not exactly sure what that is. Oh, those are steel wagons. Yeah, that's steel. Now they say these are the UP Diesel Works. No, this is the Steam Works. This is where they maintain all their steam locomotives here. It's the Union Pacific. But in the map, it's like UP Diesel Works or something like that. Very annoying. Can't blame them, though. Are you passing through? I was going to take a screenshot, but then I thought, nah. That's what's going on. We're actually getting through the junction here now, which is good. Actually, I'm going to probably stop at that very signal, so that's probably why they're expecting me at 13:05. Then again, I don't know. I just don't know. So we have now gotten through the yard, or the junction's out of the main line. We're good there. Once I get into the yard, I should be fine. Ah, PP tower. They're Cheyenne dispatch, I guess we call it. I'm gonna go back in the cab for a little bit. The signal up ahead. I'm sure it's red, to say the least, but I'm going to try and get the train all the way to the end of this spot. All the way to the end of this. So, stop. I want to double check where I am. There's the switchers, so they're around there. Looks like that's our end. Where's my train's position? Oh, we're actually slowing down too much. There we go. Okay, so I guess we're right on time. I'm gonna try and pass these two, like get my train into this position, but it doesn't look like it's gonna fit. I don't know why, but I guess Dovetail seems to design their trains in such wonky manners that it doesn't fit anymore. Approaching the signal, that's good. Okay. Put down the throttle now. Looks like we're clear now. We can actually go ahead and just let the train kind of coast into the block. Does that make sense? Doesn't look like we'll fit in the signal block though. Alright, time to apply brakes. Not fully into the platform, but hey, we're doing fine here. What the hell was that? Train ship. What did this sit? There we go. Actually out of the way. Take the screenshot. There we go. Turn off the windshield wipers. Turn off the bell. Turn the horn. Turn off the headlights. Gauge lights. I guess that's his headlight, right? Switch. On and off. Classification lights. Yay, well done. That was a successful delivery. Scenario complete. I do not believe you got the points. Yes, it's 1,000 points, not... Okay. Interesting. If I hadn't sped, I probably would have gotten those points. Not bad. It's not bad at all. Well, like and comment down below. Subscribe if you guys want more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, and don't forget, I have an announcement at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Alright guys, so here's the special announcement. The footage you're seeing right now is of the 2 videos that were supposed to come right after this particular episode. They are A Hard Day's Work and UP 4014 Comes Home. These are workshop scenarios, and because of this, they're not actually going to be on the remaster list. They will still be available for people to watch on my channel, but that is up until mid-2018. The reason for this is that these videos will be taken down officially in mid-2018 and replaced by officially a new series called The Workshop Showcase, which will be kind of more of a review-like series rather than a Let's Play series. And as such, these 2 videos of a Let's Play kind of style will not be valid anymore. We'll talk about how the scenario works and all that kind of stuff. But as of right now, these 2 episodes will not be remastered just yet. And the same goes for the very last episode in Season 1, the original Season 1, which was Cleaning Up After the Storm, a scenario I made years ago. So with that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and talk to you guys later.